Hey everyone, Michael Scott here with another Freaky Finds pickup video. Hope you guys are doing well. I'm going to kick things off with a couple CD finds actually. The very first one is a compilation album that was put together by Barnes & Noble in collaboration with Rhino Records. It's called After Dark, the Alternative Gothic Rock Collection. I like the angel on there. Maybe for some of you horror fans, some of these songs, as I've been listening to this, would definitely be fitting in, like a mid-'80s Friday the 13th end credit, sequence there. We got a great song called Charlotte Sometimes by The Cure, one of my favorite, like shoegaze, alt-rock bands from back in the day. But yeah, some really good stuff, so I'd highly recommend that if you're into that kind of music. And one from Moby. Not a massive fan, but I don't think he gets enough credit. Very creative, very intelligent man, awesome songwriter, does a lot of good collaborations with other artists, different like female vocalists. Yeah, I think he's kind of misunderstood. He's had some gems. I recently mentioned one of my favorite movies of all time, The Beach, with Leonardo DiCaprio, and one of Moby's songs called Porcelain is in a really cool, memorable spot in that film. So yeah, if you're kind of curious about Moby, even if you're not like a huge fan, at least check out his song Porcelain and let me know what you guys think of that one. It's very ambient, dreamlike. Very much in my wheelhouse. It gives me chills every time. It just kind of takes me away. But this album is called Everything Is Wrong. Some good ones on there. I really like track 12, God Moving Over the Face of the Waters, and then also Into the Blue. So yeah, just something different to listen to. Good artist, definitely underrated in my opinion. And this next one is a CD single, one of my favorite 90s bands, Toad the Wet Sprocket, Walk on the Ocean. I love this song. I thought this was cool. It has like a tan, almost like a sandy color there, which I thought was really cool. This comes from the album called Fear, which is one of my favorite 90s albums. It has not only like Walk on the Ocean, but the Fear album also has the song called All I Want. That's probably a little bit more well-known than this one, but I think this was like the second single. Beautiful song. This one has the single version, the album version, and an unreleased track called All in All. So Toad the Wet Sprocket, Walk on the Ocean. Beautiful song, check it out. So switching gears here, movie pickups. This is the first season of Taboo with Tom Hardy. Ridley Scott had, I think he was like an executive producer. He did some work on this, so it definitely has his kind of, flair to it. Just the bits and pieces that I've seen so far. I haven't officially, dove into this hardcore yet, but got this at Walmart for like $20. And I thought it was kind of funny because it's from Echo Bridge, that the acquisition group that releases stuff pretty cheaply. But yeah, I was surprised to see like an official release like this. Now this isn't a massive like big screen movie or anything. It's just a series on, I believe, FX. I'm not positive. I think it was on FX, but it's from the BBC, and we don't have cable, so I just kind of I thought I better pick it up before it's not available anymore at my Walmart and I have trouble finding it or whatever, because I really haven't seen any of it. But check out the trailer for this. It looks really dark and gritty, and a really great portrayal by Tom Hardy. It looks like a really unique story too. I think it's like the India Trading Company or something like that. I'm not entirely positive. Next one, Murder on the Orient Express. Actually almost bought this past week for like $14-15 at Walmart, but I got this at Goodwill, still in the wrapper, the combo pack for like $5. And it's like nothing's ripped, it's like in perfect condition. So I saved like $10 on this. I've heard really good things about this, some mixed reviews, but the reviews that I have heard, made me smile because it kind of connected with like my taste in certain movies, like a murder mystery kind of film. So and I believe Kenneth Branagh, I believe that's his name. I believe that's him. So he directs it and also stars in the movie. From what I understand. But Johnny Depp and Judi Dench, just a great cast. So I'm really excited to have that in my collection now and check that out soon. Next one is another Goodwill find. Good old Ocean's 11. This is still sealed with like a little sticker on there. The old school original releases there where they put security codes on like everything. With like a little, the little click panel there, cardboard packaging. Can't beat that, man. That's classic. But this is a really good film. I've seen it a lot. I just haven't picked it up until now. But this was just a couple of bucks. So happy to find that. This next one, I showed this in a Anchor Bay out of print pickup video that I showed earlier this week. Life of Brian, Monty Python's Life of Brian. Hilarious take on like the Bible Times story. It kind of follows Brian, who was born across the way from where Jesus was born. And as I said before, it's fairly respectful of that time period, and it doesn't really rip on things too hard. It just sort of goes off on its own and gets really kind of crazy and just really off the wall funny in its own way and within its own story. So, but during that time period, and of course it's done by the Python, so it's just phenomenal. But Anchor Bay, I have a newer version of this that I got a number of years ago, but this is the original Anchor Bay DVD. Next one is one I haven't seen. It's an MGM release with Nicolas Cage called Vampire's Kiss. So excited to see that one. I haven't heard much about it. I've seen it around, but found that for like $4 at Goodwill. Next one is a Full Moon 3-movie Zombie and the Undead set. This one has the Dead Hate the Living, Prison of the Dead, and The Dead Want Women. I watched trailers for all these. I've heard of a couple of them, and yeah, some of them sound really good, especially these two. They look really good. Prison of the Dead, maybe not so much, but I could be wrong. But yeah, nice Full Moon release. I just kind of found this randomly at a grocery store, actually the same place that I found the Puppet Master 3-film set that I showed a couple of months ago, but I'm excited to have that one. This next one is a wilderness slasher horror double feature of The Forest and Don't Go in the Woods Alone. Yeah, I was happy to find this on eBay for a fairly good price. I mainly got it for The Forest, but what I would have paid for even like a DVD copy of just The Forest, I paid the same for this to get the extra movie here. But yeah, I'm excited to have two good slasher films set out in the woods. I'm a sucker for that, and I believe this is out of print. This is from Code Red. Nice double feature there of some good fun. So especially happy to have a copy of The Forest. I've had that on my watch list for some time now. Next one is a Katarina's Nightmare Theater release of one that I've also been looking for, Double Exposure. If you haven't seen this, check out the trailer. It looks really good, and I haven't really heard too much, too many people talking about this. It hasn't really popped up on anyone's channel. I'm not sure. I might have seen it on like one or two people's channels. But yeah, has good old Katarina there. But it's nice because these come with, get her little face out of there. It comes with like the original like artwork there with him on the back, and without like the top where it says Katarina is there. So I'm not sure. I might flip it around. I might just let it alone. But anyway, Double Exposure. I was really happy to get this for less than $4 on Hamilton Book. Next one. This was a frivolous buy because I have a nice, newer version. you know, with the numbered slip and everything from Scorpion Releasing that I showed in, you know, a previous video. But I got the Katarina's 2-disc special edition of The House on Sorority Row. Great film. I've talked about it before on my channel. My buddy Jason from Horrific Nightmares and we did a About Last Nightmare collaborative review on that one. It's one of his favorites as well. Yeah, this is a nice 2-disc edition there, with, you know, the regular artwork there without her on the front. But yeah, this was like $6 or $7 from Hamilton Book. But just to have the regular artwork there. Now this artwork is on the disc of the edition that I showed here first. But I love this alternate artwork. I think that's great. But yeah, just to have this one as well. I like the clear case too. So didn't need it, but $7, not bad. Next one, these came from a place called Second and Charles. It's sort of like a Barnes and Noble, only everything's used and you can sell stuff there, which I've done over the years. But I find some gems there. This is called Urban Legend. I saw this years ago with my good buddy Steven, who I've talked a lot about. This was one of our favorites, but this is a really nice release with some really great artwork, a nice booklet there. But I was really happy to find that. I love the artwork on that. And these next couple I showed in the Anchor Bay pickups video that I showed a couple days ago. Dance of the Dead with Robert Englund. I talked about that in that video. If you guys want to go back and check that out, I won't talk too much there. But Anchor Bay, another one from John Landis, the man behind American Werewolf in London there. You can see Deer Woman. That's an Anchor Bay. These have really good special features. They're part of the Masters of Horror collection. This is a really nice edition of The Hills Have Eyes, the original from Wes Craven, with the metallic cover on there from Anchor Bay. I was really happy to find that for a good price. And The Quiet Earth with another awesome metallic foil cover on there. But still haven't seen this one yet. I'm really excited to see that. I'm probably going to pick up the Arrow release of this. They're doing a nice Blu-ray edition of The Quiet Earth, and just by the sound of this, it's going to be like right up my alley. So definitely going to pick that up at some time. But I was really happy to find this edition from Anchor Bay as well, with like the Stars logo there. It looks a little bit different. Both Anchor Bay and Stars there, but Quiet Earth, was really happy about that one. And then these, I'll show these again, and if you wanted to see these up closer, I have a separate video doing an unboxing of a nice package that my buddy Joe, the Horror Man, sent to me. But I'm just going to show these again because I got these this week, not necessarily pickups, but gifts. So Blood Lake, was really happy about that. And The Prey. This one sounds really good. I'm really excited to see that. Some of my fellow YouTubers have commented on that one and said it looks really good, or they've seen it and they've been looking for it. So excited to see that one. Ghost Dance. This one might be making another appearance here sooner than later. A certain somebody and I might be talking about this one at some point. But that one looks really great. And then I was extra excited about Alone in the Dark. A lot of people seem to be looking for this. This is, you know, all of these are homemade printings that Joe does himself. Very talented, very creative, and he sent me some really nice ones here. So I'm really excited about Alone in the Dark. And then Edge of the Axe, one that I commented really early on one of his videos a while back. Really great looking. I'm really excited to see that one. And then good old Psycho Cop. Yeah, that hasn't seen a DVD release. So anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you're doing well, and I'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching.